eastern suburbs, about a 5 and 3 or so. But yeah, just running 5 lots into a 6-element vertically polarised beam. The KVK and the group, VK3YE, pedestrian mobile Chelsea.
Yeah, VK3YE, VK3KVK in the coffee club. Good evening, gentlemen. And Peter, again, good to hear you on, and everyone else, of course. You're about just under an S2 actually when you turn the beam this way, and I'm just recording this as well as usual now. But yeah, good signal from you. Definitely better than on 2 meters, but that might be the radio as well. Radio might be a bit more sensitive here. But yeah, all is good. Good evening, gentlemen. Sorry I was a bit late with my message, but that's all good. Anyway, I'll put it over to, I think Ray was actually before me, so I'll put it over to you, Ray, VK3NBL, VK3KVK in the group.
NBI, yeah, and Bryce is there too, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Bryce, Richard, Pete, Neil and Peter YE. Peter YE, I got no signal strength on you, but I can hear you clear as can be. So that's what I've got this way, just a audio from you. Your little 817's doing a good job with your vertical. What is it? 6-element vertical. Wow. That's something, Peter. I don't know how you do it, actually, but you do a good job. Yeah, good to hear you anyway. Hopefully, I don't know if you're going to the Hamfest on the 26th of this month, but if you are, Richard and I were talking about it this morning, so yeah, don't know if you're going or not. Wouldn't mind knowing, Peter. Might see you there if we go. But yeah, all right, Pete. And Neil, I heard you first when I switched on. So Neil, you're a good signal like always. Always putting out a good signal this way. And Bryce, as usual, good signal. And all we need now is Terry, TEZ, to come up. So Richard, you're about a 5 tonight or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought I saw an S5 come up on my meter there. I could be wrong. I think it's over to Bryce next, from what I believe. So VK3NBI to take. Hope you had a good weekend, VK3NBL. Yeah, VK3NBL, VK3NBI. And good evening all. Neil, Peter, Ray, Steve, Richard. I hope I haven't missed anyone. I've been trying to note it down as we went, and yeah, weekend wasn't too bad, Ray. Found the place without too much drama. On Thursday, Arvo got there. There was still a bit of space available. I managed to pick a spot and managed to get afternoon shade, so I was very pleased with that. Unfortunately, not much in the way of trees that I could attach an antenna to, but I did put up a squid pole vertical, which I had running on 80 metres on Thursday night, I think. I managed to get Neil and I think Richard. And poor Steve was going to be there, but Blue Steve had some dramas with 80 metres, so yeah, we didn't catch Steve. But other than that, and I tried 80 on 40 on Friday night with no success. And yes, Neil, you were right. It didn't work, but we were going to try anyway. No matter whatever it is that you said, we were going to try. And we were so praying that we'd be able to say, no, it did work, but never mind, you were right. Yeah, not bad. Weekend was quite warm. Got a little bit of rain on Saturday night. A few little showers during the night. And it looked like it was going to rain Sunday afternoon, so I decided discretion was the better part of not having to dry out everything when I got home, so I packed up and bolted yesterday afternoon. But otherwise, all good. And on the way home, I did call past next weekend's location, or this coming weekend's location. And yeah, it's not a brilliant location, but I think it will suffice for our needs. And the best part of it is there's a stunking great tall gum tree right on the edge of it there, which we should be able to hang a number of antennas out of. So antenna support is already there, as long as we can get close enough to it to be able to hang the antennas from it and get to our radios due to the length of our coax. But we'll worry about that when we get there. Both places were very crowded over the weekend, long weekend of course. Every man and his pet budgerigar were out trying to go camping and go bush and have a campfire and all those fun things. But other than that, yep, home safe. And just starting to get organised for the next one. Alright, I've waffled enough now. Don't know what the order of the list is, but I'm going to throw it back to you, Neil. And good evening again to Peter and welcome aboard yet again, and good to have you on. VK3 CBP, VK3 NBI.
VK3 Tango Echo Zulu.
YW for NBI.
There you go, Steve.
There you go, Bryce. I don't know if Neil told you, the night that I set the antenna up, the feed, I took a bushcom with me, and the feed point was only 6 feet high, and the rest of the antenna was strung out between trees, also at 6 feet high, and it worked absolute crap. The following day, I hauled it up about 30 feet, or the feed point, and obviously the rest of the antenna came up the same, and it absolutely hammered. I spoke to Neil on the Saturday night on 80 metres and worked a couple of guys in the States that I normally speak to at home here on 40 metres. Mind you, it's 200 watts, it's a 480HX, and the noise floor on every single band, 80 through to 10 metres, was S0.
Oh, you've got to love that, Steve. That's the best part about going bush and going camping on a weekend and taking radio. If you've picked the right spot, you've got absolutely no noise. And one of our favourite places for doing that is Cape Otway. And Richard can talk more about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll just jump in. Yeah, VK3 NBI and the group VK3 CBP. I just want to read the list out so Peter's aware and Bryce, you and Richard are aware. The list is as follows. CBP, Yankee Whiskey, Yankee Echo, NBL, Ray, KVK Richard, NBI Bryce, and Tango Echo Zulu Terry. So I hope you've got that, Peter. Basically, most of us are over here in the west, with the exception of YW Steve being over in Baronia. Just for now, I'll throw it over to Terry. Good evening, Terry. And if you can throw it back over to Peter, Yankee Echo. Go ahead, Terry. VK3TEZ, VK3 CBP.
VK3 CBP, VK3TEZ. Good evening, gentlemen. It's good to hear a few voices of the group. And, yeah, it's been a fairly busy weekend, anyhow. A long weekend for myself. But more of that maybe later. But anyhow, well, it's been good. I did talk with Bryce and who else was it? Neil, Richard, Stuart. And I didn't get the name. 2XRC Portable 3. That might have been. And got everybody pretty well there before I went over to the Thursday night group. So nice to talk with everybody. And I ducked in, ducked out. So I'm going to do the same now. I'm going to pass it on to. I think you said VK3YE Steve. So I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but we'll do it. VK3YE, VK3TEZ.
NBI, just going to jump in here. Terry, XRC, the handle was also Richard. We had two Richards.
Roger that, Bryce. Thanks very much. I'll put that in my log. It was Richard. Thank you. Pass it on.
All right, well, yeah. Anyhow, Bryce, hope you had a good weekend. Sorry I didn't catch you on that Friday night. I just ran out of, was it Friday night or Thursday night? I can't remember. I just ran out of time trying to get the antenna up. And, but as I say, yeah, it worked well after that. Although my weekend was somewhat, how do I put this? Yeah, it was sort of stuffed up. There's only one way to really say it, stuffed up. Around about 4 years ago, I took a very prissy girl camping, and she would not use a long drop. She wanted her own little private place. So anyhow, I bought a little cubicle and I bought a toilet seat. Now, the cubicle was set up and the toilet seat was actually never opened because she decided that she grew a set when we were there, and she used a long drop. Kudos to her. But the cubicle I took this time because I thought this would be great, because I bought one of those cheapy little camp showers, which I used on the Thursday night, and it worked an absolute treat. Oh, it was nothing like having a shower when you're at camp. Anyhow, the following night, the Friday night, I thought, you know, there's lots of charcoal on the ground, your feet go black, and I thought, when I have a shower tonight, it'd be really nice to be able to scrub my feet. So I thought, hang on a minute, this toilet thing will be perfect. I'll just finally unwrap it and unbox it, and I'll stick that in there, and I'll sit on that, and I'll wash my feet. So which we've promptly done. Assembled the said toilet seat, and nothing can be more perfect to put into the little camp shower. Anyhow, so got me water nice and warm, started the shower, put the head in the bucket as not to waste the water, sat down on the toilet seat in there to scrub the toes, which promptly disintegrated, collapsed on the ground, and my arse landed on a root from about, I don't know, these things are around, 400 mil high, right on the bum bone, butt naked. So you can imagine how I've spent the rest of my weekend, including this conversation where I'm sitting sideways talking to you. Ouch.
Yeah, I'll throw it over to you, Peter, VK3YE to take.
I did have got lots of hand storms with, unlike the 2-metre vertical, I'm holding the beam in one hand and the microphone in the other, so nothing to write anything down, so there we are. I had a bit of a wander around the beach. I could hear most everyone from by the sand, but it was much weaker. I'm just a couple of metres or so above. I'm just standing on top of a seat, which is on the decking here, which is improving the signal quite a lot. So I'm not actually walking around. I'm just standing to try and find the best spot. But yeah, anyway, it's been a good evening. It's beautiful here at Chelsea. The sun has just set. Not too many people in the water, but still a lot of people. I'm not sure who to put it over to.
Hang on, Mike. Peter's talking.
Probably, so I might make this a final. The VK3YE portable at Chelsea signing.
Cheers, Peter. Take it, Ray. Yeah, no worries. Peter, I nearly